Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Silence of the Lambs, a horror movie from 1991. They've brought this back to through Fathom Events for its 30th anniversary, so I thought, I might as well watch it. I've never seen it before, and I like Anthony Hopkins. He was pretty good in Westworld and The Father and Elephant Man and stuff, so I might as well watch this because people like think of Anthony Hopkins to think of this. So I think it's a pretty good movie. It's a bit terrifying, though I wasn't really fazed by it because real life is such a nightmare that, you know, this is just a piece of cake. So it opens with shots of Chloe's training. I think those are really good because they establish her character a lot. She's a really tough chick, but she's also like very kind and feminine, which I like about this movie. I like about her character is a lot of times when Hollywood tries to make like this badass chick character trope, they make them like act like men. They make them like really masculine. Now this, of course, there's not a problem with masculine women, but it's nice to see that like I don't know, she's still a very like feminine character, which is good. Like it's a nice, refreshing take because I feel like modern day, badass women have to be all like tough and pretty much just act like men. But Chloe is clearly a woman. She's very like feminine. She's like really sweet, but also is able to kick your butt. So it's a very nice balanced character. You know what I mean? So she's training in like the fields and the forests and stuff where this eerie music is playing. It's a really nice scene that sets the tone for the rest of the movie. And she's being pulled by her boss, Jack Crawford, and he assigns her to interview Hannibal Lecter, who's this psychiatrist, but he eats people, so they had to put him in prison. And he thinks that like if she interviews him, he could help her find this even worse serial killer named Buffalo Bill, who pretty much like rips the skin out of women and wears them like a skin suit, which is pretty disturbing. Not gonna lie. I'd say he was much more creepier than Hannibal Lecter. Now, some people might say like this makes transgenders look bad. I disagree because they specifically say in the context of the movie he's not a transvestite or transgender. So I don't think that would be an issue at all. Once again, like I'm not trans, so I can't really comment on that, but that's just how I saw the movie. Definitely not offensive in my opinion. So Clarice goes to the mental facility, and the doctor there is being really creepy, pervy, and he makes a pass at her while he escorts her to the cell. And I don't know, like I think scenes like this are good because it kind of shows like she's in a male-dominated field, which makes things a little bit more tough for her. A lot of people try to sexualize her in the movie, and she kind of like shuns them down respectfully, but still, like she lets them know their place. So that's another aspect of the movie I appreciate. It's a very feminist movie, and like it's probably for its time. I'm assuming. So I don't know. Things like that make Chloe a much more interesting character. So he so he's interviewing Hannibal Lecter, and she's walking by all these creepy guys who like I don't know, one of them's like naked and masturbating in front of her. That was pretty gross. Uh, I didn't like that scene. And so he's interviewing him, and he's nice at the beginning, but then he kind of like grows impatient, and he's just, get out of here. And as he's leaving, the creepy like masturbating man flicks semen at her. It's pretty disgusting. Um, and it's okay though, because Hannibal like eats him, so that's good. He took care of that problem. So Hannibal Lecter tells her to seek out his old patient. She goes to the storage facility, where she discovers this jar containing this guy's severed head, and he says that head is linked to Buffalo Bill, and he offers to profile Buffalo Bill Nick and Cincinnati's transferred away from the hospital because he hates the creepy guy who was hitting on him. And so they're like, okay, yeah, totally. And meanwhile, Buffalo Bill kills another person, or at least the victim is found, with like a moth lodged in her throat, which explains the posters for the movie. So we see Buffalo Bill trying to put this couch in his truck, and this dumbass woman is like, I'll help you in the complete dark night. Put this truck in your car, put this couch in your truck. And, I mean, obviously she gets kidnapped by him, so that's not good. She's the daughter of a U.S. senator. Um, and so I don't know if he knew that when he kidnapped her or if he didn't, but I don't think he had political motivations. I think he just wanted to rip off her skin and wear it. So Crawford authorizes Chloe's to offer Hannibal Lecter this fake deal, and she's like, "Okay, if you help us rescue Catherine, you could live in this nice prison on an island." And he's like, "Nah, I want a quid pro quo, and I'll help you defeat Buffalo Bill if you tell me stuff about your personal life." So she tells him about the time her dad was killed when she was 10 years old, and how she ran away, stealing from her like foster dad's house, taking his lamb because he didn't want him to kill the lamb. Unfortunately, they found the lamb and they killed the lamb, so that's why this is called Silence of the Lambs. And this part was my sister's friend's worst part of the movie because of the implied violence about a lamb. So you didn't mind all the other stuff, like ripping off people's skin. That was okay. She hated the part about the lambs getting killed, which, I could kind of sympathize with. Um, so Chilton secretly records this conversation, and he reveals Chloe's deceit to Lecter before offering him a different deal. And Lecter's like, okay, let's do it. So he flies to Memphis, where he meets the victim's mom, the senator, and he gives her fake information on Buffalo Bill, and also is being a complete creep to her. So yeah, that's nice. That's he's not a good guy. He gives her a fake name called Louis Friend. So Chloe finds out that Louis Friend is an anagram for iron sulfide. So it appears this movie has been written by Doctor Who writers. And she visits Lecter, who's now imprisoned in this fancy cell in a Tennessee courthouse. And he says all the information she needs is in the case file. And then Lecter returns the Buffalo Bill case files to Starling as Chilton arrives and as the police escort her from the building. But she wants more information, but they won't let her have that. And then, and probably one of the most interesting scenes, Hannibal Lecter kills both of the guards and eats one of their eels, and then he escapes from his cell. He puts one of the guards on top of the elevator to make them think that's him hiding there, but really he hides in his ambulance, and he wears them like the face of one of the guards, and he escapes. It's a pretty crazy, freaky scene, but this is a crazy, freaky movie, so it's not surprising. So, Chloe analyzes Hannibal's files, and she figures out that Buffalo Bill knew his first victim. So it's not like he picks these women at random. He like it's a thought before like he does it. So she travels to her Ohio hometown of the first victim, and she discovers that both she and Buffalo Bill were tailors, so that nails it down. And at the first victim's house, she notices like these unfinished dresses, and dress patterns are identical to the patches of skin removed from the victims. And she phones Crawford and says Buffalo Bill is making a suit with human skin, which we kind of already knew, and he's already en route to make an arrest because he's cross-referenced Leclerc's notes to find a man named James Gum. And meanwhile, meanwhile, she goes to where she thinks they are, but she's actually they're in Illinois, but she's in Ohio. They thought they were like in the same place, but turns out like it's two different places. They misread the file. So she goes to the interview, another person who knew her, and she meets him, but she realizes he's the crazy man who killed the victims. He's Buffalo Bill. because she finds this moth flying loose. So she follows him into this basement, and she finds Catherine trapped in this well, and she's like threatening to kill this cute little puppy, but her threats didn't really work. She didn't kill the puppy, of course. Like, I would hate this movie if she killed the puppy. Puppy's fine, by the way, so that's good. Um, so it's a complete darkness, and she's trying to find him, but he's stalking her with these night vision goggles. So it's like a really intense scene. You think he's gonna kill her, but he cocks his rifle or revolver or whatever. I'm not good with guns. And she reacts instantly. She hears it, fast motion, and she shoots him dead. It's a great scene, badass. Reminds me of Sigourney Weaver. Like, I don't know, great scene. Um, I think it's probably like the best scene in the movie because like the good guys actually win, which is probably like one of the only times this happens. Like this story kind of has a happy ending, kind of doesn't. But it's nice to see Chloe's get a W for this one. So we flash forward a couple weeks to the like Chloe's graduation party from the FBI Academy, and she's an FBI agent now because she solved the case, so everything's great. Until she receives a phone call from Hannibal Lecter, who has escaped, and he's in this like island airport thing, and he's like, oh, he has no intention of pursuing her because he likes her, and he wants her to return the favor, and she's like, I can't, I can't do that. You're evil, and he's like, well, that's fair. I gotta go because he's having an old friend for dinner, and he follows the guy from the mental hospital who he hated, and he follows him through the crowd, and that's the end of the movie, but we could assume he eats him. I'm actually Team Lecter on this one, because, that was the same guy who was hitting on Chloe's in a really creepy way, so, calm, calm, that's all I have to say. I think this movie was fantastic. My sister thought it was disturbing, but, she was only 14, so maybe she was a little too young to watch the movie. I mean, I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was a great movie. Jodie Foster, fantastic actress. I haven't really seen her in that many movies, except for she like played this fail woman. That movie sucked. Don't watch that movie. Watch this movie. It's great. She was great. Like she's a really compassionate hero. She's a very like kind hero, but she's also like an FBI woman. She could beat your ass. It's a very nice. It's a very nice character. Hannibal Lecter's very creepy. Very creepy man. But he was not nearly as creepy as Buffalo Bill. That scene where he was wearing that woman's skin and dancing around, that was weird. Didn't like that one. But like I said in the beginning, it didn't really scar me that much because I haven't scarred too badly in real life to kill. So, what did you think about this movie? Did you think it was scarring? Do you think it's a good movie to watch on Halloween? I'm not the biggest horror fan, but I liked this one because of the plot. So, if I'm gonna watch it, I might as well watch it by Halloween at the big screen. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of it, like I said. I post videos usually every Sunday, so keep a lookout. Next week I'm probably going to be talking about Dune. So, everybody, have a nice night, stay safe, and peace.